When I started the production of Chromatica, I was in a very dark place. I was very depressed, not necessarily because of the state of the world or necessarily because of the state of United States politics. I have depression. So I was working every day, but it was through the kindness of my friends that I work with coming up to me and saying, come on, let's go write some music, you can do it, and really believing in me, that I slowly made this record. And what healed me was when I would write songs and then I would listen back and I sounded happy. And even though the lyrics were challenging and poetic and about my life, I knew that I was also thinking about the world and how much I wanted to make people happy, because that's really what I believe that I'm supposed to do. I believe that I'm supposed to be here to make people happy. I made me go back to pop music. It's just what I wrote. You know, I never create or write anything that I'm not feeling in my heart or in my head. And this is just what I wanted to make. And it's surprising because it came out of me when I was in a lot of pain. And I decided that I was going to do something that helped me dance through the pain. And every time I heard the songs back, every day as we were writing them and producing them, I would say, my gosh, I sound happy. There must be something inside me that's still happy. And it just grew and grew and grew until I finally felt like the album was done, and we called it Chromatica. And that's where I am now. I'm in a happy space where I I'm so grateful for the people around me. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so grateful for my ability to create and my voice in the world. And now I'm really focused on spreading kindness. So the album title, Chromatica, is inspired by, firstly, colors, and how all people are different in many different ways, not just race or ethnicity or religion, but in our personalities, our gender identities, our sexual identities. You know, in every different way, we are so colorful. But also in music, in an octave, it's a chromatic scale. And basically what happens is it goes up a half step each time, so the notes in music are very close together. And I thought that it was very interesting to compare being colorful with also being close, meaning that we're all very different, but we're also very close together in a lot of ways. And how can we heal one another when there's a lot of conflict in the world, when there's a lot of negativity or hatred or war or illness? How can we survive? And I believe that kindness is the key to all of this. I believe that kindness sets us free, and I believe that kindness never fails. Well, I love Ariana. Her and I really bonded, and we shared with each other what we'd been through in our lives, and we've both been through a lot, and I really honor the things that she's been through and how strong she is. Yeah. And she really honored in me how strong I am. And in the lyrics, you know, we both say, I'd rather be dry, meaning I would rather not cry, you know.
I see.
But at least I'm alive. Rain on me. It's sort of like saying, I know that it might seem that it is weak to cry, but actually all the tears that I've cried have made me really strong. Mm-hmm. And now I can stand in the rain, meaning stand in my tears, and I can feel powerful and empowered. And I really want to use the voice that I have in this world to help other people and let them know that, you know, your tears don't make you weak. Your tears make you strong. It's like the weather, you know? It's just rain. Yeah. It's rain. And sometimes it's storms. Well, I talked to the girls and I asked them if they wanted to do the song with me. They really wanted to. They loved it. And I was excited to do it because I love, you know, powerful women, and they're powerful women. I wanted to celebrate them, and they wanted to celebrate me, and we had a great time, you know, making this record together. And I was so excited to, you know, hear their interpretation of the song, you know, in Korean, and those parts. I said to them, you know, have like creative fun with those moments. Mm-hmm. And hearing what they did, I just was very impressed with them. They're beautiful, you know, young women, and they're very talented. And I'm proud to be, you know, the 5th member of the group. On set, yeah. I was in a lot of pain, but I danced through it. And you know what? I had all of those amazing dancers around me to support me and lift me up, and my friends were there, and my director was wonderful. And the truth is, I've radically accepted that I have a chronic pain condition, and it's not easy, but I can still walk, and I can still dance, and I can still perform. And there's some people that can't do those things. And I've found that gratitude is very powerful. If you can just acknowledge the things about yourself that are good and be grateful, it can help you to really deal with things that are difficult. Thank you very much for saying that. That's very, very kind of you. I've always tried to be a role model for people in the way that I've never wanted to conform to stereotypical ideas about the way women should look or act or how we should behave. I have always thought that what's important about, you know, any human being is our hearts and our minds and what we have to offer the world. And what I think I've seen change is that when I was, you know, younger in this industry, I was objectified a lot by men that I worked with. And it was very difficult to be in a room with people saying, you know, wear the sexy outfit, do your hair this way, change it so that it's, you know, sexual. And I was constantly being sexualized by people that were making money off of me, and it made me uncomfortable as a woman. And I think what's different is back then it wasn't fashionable maybe or socially acceptable to stand up for yourself, whereas now if that were to happen, I would say you're objectifying me and you're sexualizing me in the workplace, and I will be sexy in the way that I want to be when I choose to be, and I'm a free woman and that's my right. And I actually think that that stands for all genders and all gender identities. I don't think it's just for women. But what's changed is that if I speak up, it's not shocking anymore. And it used to be something that if I said, I don't want to do that, I would get pushed back on, or it would be maybe found as annoying, or I would be maybe called a name, you know, like a not nice name for a woman. because I was being strong. And I don't think it's nice to say that women are not nice people if we stand up for ourselves. I think that it is actually a beautiful quality to stand up for yourself, and that it's not wrong at all. I guess what I would say is I think it's important to honor that fear maybe inside of you that you have, and be kind to yourself and have compassion for that part of yourself, and perhaps slowly do little things all the time that make you feel more free. Try different things and see what makes you feel empowered. And before you know it, you might be the free woman that you want to be. I have found that even when I felt in chains, you know, by the world's perception of me, or people wanting me to look like Lady Gaga, you know, all the time, that if you just take little bites of bravery, at some point you realize how brave you are. And I think women are incredibly brave. I think people are incredibly brave in general. I think we live in a world where there's a lot of bravery, but we could encourage it more in each other, and we could encourage it of ourselves. And part of being brave is saying, okay, I want to be freer, but in order to be freer, I have to step out of this prison. But you know what I think? I think if you feel like you're in a prison, all that you need is to remember that you have the key, and that the bars are pretty far apart, and all you got to do is stick your hand through, reach around, unlock it, and open the door or the gate, and free yourself from that prison. And I think we all have the ability to do that. We just have to maybe get over some of that fear, and that's okay. And it's okay if it takes time.
Right.
It took me a long time. You know, music is one of the most powerful things in the world, and I think it's also equivalent in a lot of ways to all of the talents that everybody possesses. You know, we all have things that we're good at. We all have things that we can share. And music's just the thing that I have that I can share. Acting is also a thing I have that I can share. Being a philanthropist is something that I can share. But I don't think that music's greater than anything else, or that acting's greater than anything else. I think what we all have to offer is equally important. And I always say on Chromatica, where I live in my head, no one thing is greater than another. So is music powerful? Yeah. But you know what's really powerful is when everyone shares what they have to offer with each other in a kind way, as an offering, saying, I love you, I'm grateful, I made this, whatever it is that you do, and I'm sharing it with you. I think that that is equally as powerful as music, and I wish to inspire that in people through music. That's what I have to offer. I think I gravitated towards pink because I sometimes have a seventh sense about the zeitgeist and what I think is going to be a powerful image, a powerful color. I chose it as my color on Chromatica, a kind color. And I will say I was inspired by the womb. You know, I was inspired by women, and I associate women in a lot of ways with pink. But I've always said that I think women possess a lot of wisdom. It's something that John Lennon used to say about Yoko Ono, that she possessed a wisdom that that men don't have. But I actually think that all genders possess wisdom. So I gravitated towards pink because I'm in a way very inspired by women and inspired by the womb and inspired by the process of creation and procreation. But I wish for that to be a color that all genders can identify with, because I think it's a kind color, a happy color, a color that, reminds us that, we're all here to love each other and to make more of each other. I would just love to tell my Japanese fans that I love you so much. I always have had a very special connection with you. I feel that it's been a beautiful decade, longer than a decade that we've been together. And I'm very grateful to have you in my life. And I can't wait to perform with you more. I can't wait to build new memories with you. And I can't wait to come to Japan and inspire as much kindness and bravery as I can. And I actually hope to do some philanthropic work when I come to Japan because I love it there, and I would love to do good things for the people.